Gorgonzola. But this is a light Gorgonzola. This is a dolce Gorgonzola. Let's taste it first, because I don't think it's going to be too heavy. It says dolce on it. Good one. Just the right level of blue in it. It's got more...
it's not too sharp, is it?
No.
It's quite a soft...
Still got some cream. It's got that saltiness to it that is really nice. So I've got a few here. This was very difficult for me to kind of theoretically figure out. Let's start with this. This is a cooked PuErh tea. So much darker than any other tea we've had before.
What do you mean by cooked?
So this is a ripened, it's a fermented PuErh tea. This is Black Yunnan Tort. Let me try and get it in here. So you can see it's a very, very dark.
That's earthy.
Yeah, that's very earthy. So the classic flavour profile for this type of tea is very cavernous, wet cavern, cellar.
Yeah, it smells damp.
So let's give it a taste. It's the classic Hong Kong tea, right? Very strong but smooth.
Very smooth, actually.
Slightly sweet, yeah. I mean, it's a really high quality. Cooked.
I think you should have it with a bit of the
blue
bit.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not remarkable.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, but it tastes quite nice together. And it feels like it feels like almost like because that's so rich. But don't you think any tea would make you feel that way?
No. I think if you had a tea that didn't have as much strength as this, you wouldn't notice it. If it was a green tea, it would just taste like you had water. This feels like it's actually stripping and kind of actually cleaning.
So it's allowing you to eat more cheese, basically.
Yeah, which is the one of the things that people use this tea all the time for. This is a digestive tea. So that you drink this after meals to actually...
allow you to eat more.
Well, or to clear that bloating feeling. So they use it like an Armagnac or a whatever, a digestive after the meal. And it gives you that real cleansing feel. So if you have a really fatty meal, this cleanses it. And it really does, but in a not a harsh way, but in a really kind of quite nice way. I think it's okay.
Nice, but it's not enhancing the cheese. Okay.
So now we're going to try a raw PuErh. So that was a cooked PuErh. This is a raw PuErh. This is Young Gushu. This is a 2015 PuErh from Ancient Arbus. This is 500-year-old tea trees. This is a really, really complex tea.
How's it complex?
In terms of because it's relatively wild in the way that it's grown, and because it's an ancient tea tree, it's got so much in terms of it's bringing up so much minerality from the soil that it has a really complex flavour profile. It's slightly grassy, it's slightly mushroomy.
I can't put my finger on it. It's hard for me to...
Yeah, and it's fleeting, so it changes.
So it's got
floral, it's got mushrooms, it's got woody notes, it's got grassy notes, it's got a bit of fruity notes like apple-y notes.
And so why pair it with this? What was your reason?
My thinking was Young Gushu is quite, in my opinion, it's quite apple-y, kind of a dried apple aroma. And I was thinking of the blue cheese and apple combination and seeing whether or not they would play off each other or not. So
there is a dried fruit generally in this.
Yeah. So I kind of figured that the cooked one doesn't have much fruitiness to it.
There's a bit of marmalade suddenly.
Yeah, this tea is one that you really need to sit with and explore. It will keep giving loads of different...
Do you smell the marmalade?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That cut rind marmalade.
That's such an interesting
And look
tea.
how thick the tea is. Can you see how viscous it looks? The bubbles just kind of not moving around in there. It kind of looks jelly-like a little bit. It's really rich in minerals. And it has more astringency. So it has this kind of... It has the bitterness, right? So my thinking was that the saltiness of this tea, especially if we get some blue, should suppress the bitterness so you can get more of so it would enhance the flavour of the tea. Let's see if it's as bitter as when you first tasted it.
No, it isn't.
So there's
It actually tastes a bit sweet now.
You're getting more of the appley freshness out of it.
That's such an interesting combination.
Yeah, I can't
It's
quite work
one
it
that
out.
makes you want to keep tasting it.
I think it works. I think it really works. There's something so interesting about the combination.
This is a real journey.
Yeah.
It's really satisfying. Because the tea, when you try it to start off with, tastes slightly bitter. Then you have this really soft, salty, creamy cheese. And then you taste the tea the second time. It's gone slightly sweeter and changed. It just doesn't taste as bitter and smoother.
Yeah. So what's happening is that the salt is suppressing the astringency, and the creaminess is, I think, allowing the freshness of the tea to show itself a little bit more. Let's try it with the Comté.
Not as good.
No, isn't it? It almost like cancels it out.
Do you know why? The Comté's got a sweetness to it, a sweet, nutty flavour to it. And you want the sweetness to come from the tea. There's no sweetness in this blue cheese.
So what happens is that the flavour profile of the young goose shoe and the Comté is in a way it feels like it's too similar, and then the cheese overpowers it. Whereas this combination allows both to shine. So it gives enough of the contrast without suppressing too much, so that there's a really nice interplay. That's fascinating, isn't it? Because that really doesn't work. It's like you're drinking water suddenly, and you know how complex that tea is.
Yeah.
So
I would say this is a perfect pairing.
okay, well, let's try the last one.
What's this one?
This is a PuErh Lapsang. Oops, sorry. This is a PuErh Lapsang, which is very lightly smoked. So it's not as heavy as a lot of those other ones out there. So let's see if it brings out more of the kind of spiciness and warming nature of this cheese. Have a taste first. Okay.
Yeah, very smoky. What kind of smoky? Kind of like wood chips, hickory smoked?
It's pine wood smoked, but there are some really heavy smoke. Even
Would you say there's maple and that kind of?
Yeah.
It's quite sweet, kind of like a hickory smoked ribs or something.
Right, it's got savouriness.
Savoury meatiness to it.
So let's see how it works with this.
Try it. Not as good.
Not as good as the Angushu. I think it works. I think they do work together. But not as well. There's not as much interest as the raw PuErh.
That's definitely... That gave you that journey.
Okay, so Gorgonzola with raw PuErh seems to do the trick. All right, we're on to our last cheese.